Wait.
Okay, you're good.
We are back on. All right, returning from our short recess. Thank you. Had to look into that. So, all those in favor of moving into in camera, we're going to put it to a vote. So, all those in favor, raise your hands. Okay, and opposed? Okay, Mr. Johnson, would you like your opposed? No? Noted? No? Okay, thank you. The motion is defeated. Okay, so back onto the original motion and discussion. At this point, looking at the letter we have, oh my goodness, my laptop's so funny. Looking at the total estimate for Canada Day that the Dare to Dream Society has brought forward, a full $39,000. My concern is that that's only going to leave us $1,000 for the parade, which generally costs at least $2,500. So we wouldn't even have enough money at this point to host the parade. I would like to put the motion on the floor that council provide the Dare to Dream Society with $20,000 of the Canada Day budget, and that we encourage the Dare to Dream to speak to and seek out other donations and sponsors. Can I get a second? Councillor Johnston, thank you. Discussion? Councillor Wall.
Could we add to your motion grant funding as well? And maybe we could have a member of staff reach out to them with the Canada Day grant specifically that not-for-profits are eligible for.
Yeah, well, there was one we were just denied, so he would have to reach out to that one maybe. Yeah, right, because it was us that was going after it before the not-for-profit one, and we were denied because we didn't reach the specs where
Dare to Dream would have to.
They would have to apply on their own, so it actually wouldn't involve staff at all. We could
let them know.
Yeah. I can put them in touch with the grant writer.
Perfect. Okay. Councillor Rattle?
From my understanding, from other community and local events, items like tents, porta potties, generators, this kind of stuff usually gets donated or is sponsored by other organizations or companies. So I would definitely be hopeful that other organizations and companies would be able to assist in this, and that there wouldn't have to be a cost borne by the taxpayers in that regard.
Yeah. Okay. Any other discussion? Councillor Wall?
I have a question. Is there a reason Dare to Dream isn't doing the parade if we're giving away the event?
So the parade has normally always been handled by the village and the staff. We had talked with them about doing the parade, and they were very comfortable sort of leaving that in here. They weren't sort of fighting it. Yeah, they really didn't want to do it. They really weren't biting at the bit, to say the least. So, yeah.
Could we reach out to other people to see if they want to look at the parade and get business sponsors, things like that, get more floats in?
That is something that you could bring forward, absolutely. Okay. If you're in conversations with somebody, if you could have them approach council with like an overall idea, and sort of a layout of like different plans that they could have for the parade that could stay within our budgeted amount, I think that would be perfect. It would give council an opportunity to vote on something different. Yeah, sure. Okay. Any other discussion? Alrighty, so all those in favor of the 20,000?
Oh, okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Got lost there.
And carried. I would also like to note, and I don't know if I need to put a motion on the floor for this, Ms. Stokes, but if the Dare to Dream Society requires more above the 20,000, I would like them to know that they can still bring that forward, but at this point in time, we're only comfortable with the 20,000, and we would encourage them to reach out to donors and sponsors. Do I need to make a motion for that, or I think it's just general? If you know, it's supposed to be working.
You should leave your motion at provide Dare to Dream Society with the 20K, okay, and encourage them to reach out for grants.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah. Nope, that sounds wonderful. Okay, perfect. Alrighty.
Oh, well. Oh, sorry.
Oh, yes, Ms. Stokes.
You missed one step of the motion.
I did.
The council decides if Dare to Dream should take over the planning, so do you wanna make a motion for that? You kind of already have, but can we just have?
I make a motion that Dare to Dream take over the planning for the Canada Day celebrations for hosting.
That's all we need.
celebrations, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, can I get a seconder? Counselor Johnston, thank you. Discussion? Counselor Wall?
I have a question about my own motion, I think.
You're not held to these,
Because
that's
they're not doing the parade, so I may need to adjust my motion to say that Dare to Dream take over the planning of Canada Day celebrations excluding the parade.
Does it need to be that technical, do you think?
No, it doesn't, but we'll put excluding.
Excluding.
Well, I just want to be specific with it.
No worries, yeah, okay. Do I need to second that amendment, or are you just gonna?
I'm just gonna put it all under one.
Just gonna go all under one, okay, she's.
Okay, initiating.
As long as
Yeah.
everyone's okay with it?
I was thinking it as I said it. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
so all those in favor of everything that Councillor Wall just said for his motion? Unanimously carried. There we go.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome, thank you.
You voted, I'm sorry.
No worries. Alrighty, so 8.3 recommendation.
Recommend that council receives this report for information and discussion, and that council, if in favor, motions for the staff to start working with the Dawson Creek Society for Community Living to put a survey to the public to see if there's interest in this program, and the council puts the motion forward to proceed with a trial run of the Seniors Aging in Place program for a period of up to 12 weeks starting in September 2023.
Can I get a seconder? Councillor Rebel, these are the longest motions.
These could be multiple motions.
Yeah.
I need to make sure I get everything covered.
Okay.
There are multiple motions.
So I just wanted to add in, so I'm excited to see all of the hard work that our staff, the PRRD, the Society for Community Living have put into this, and I thank you all very, very much. I would just like to add that when I was looking into this program in the fall, the lady I was working with had spoken about or mentioned a $2,500 grant that was provided by the Northern Lights College or something like that, that the PRRD used when they started the program out in Area D. So they had received grant money up to $2,500, and they use that through their initial surveying phase just to pay for the staff time and all that kind of stuff. So if you could look into that.
Northern Lights College?
I think it was from Northern Lights. We have to reach out to her. I think I'll double check. Would you like me to put a motion on the floor for you to look into that?
Yes, please.
I'd like to put a motion on the floor that staff look into grant money that could be used or provided for the initial startup of the Seniors Aging in Place program. Can I get a seconder? Councillor Wall, his hand was up the whole time. Discussion? None? Oh,
Yeah.
I just want to note that thinking about this right now, it's wonderful that we had NDIT come in and realize that they just presented that there are grants available through them. It's not often that it lines up, that within an hour you have that conversation and it lines up, so.
that is true. Yes, good point.
Just a note, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. Any other discussion? I was like your hand is just.
Well, sorry, you didn't call me actually.
No, Councillor Rebel.
Okay, so, no, I'm glad to see this come to a trial run phase. I'm really excited. We've heard a lot about this over the last few months, and I'm glad to see it come to this point, and I wish them the best of
We're not quite at
service.
trial run. Careful.
Oh.
We're just at the surveying phase.
Okay. I wish them the best of data collection.
Ms. Stokes is looking at me, buddy.
So you made a motion for us to look into grants pertaining to this, but you haven't actually done anything about the motion.
Oh, okay. Well, hang on. So all those in favor of my motion about grants? Unanimous and carried. Okay. Any more discussion on the report or any of the other
Let's go with the
three
survey.
motions?
Survey.
Okay. Do you have a question about the survey? Councillor Wall.
Could we put this survey, the survey's gonna go to all the mailboxes. Could we say, in our did you know section of the Village Voice, could we put, did you know we're putting out a survey for this? And then, so people know it's coming from us.
Well, they're gonna know it's from us, the survey's gonna say it's from us.
They'll probably have a nice big write-up on the top of it.
But we can do something leading into it.
Okay. Okay. Do you need a motion for that one? See, there's so many motions on the floor currently. Councillor Rabble, I'm so sorry.
I don't mean to get too technical with this or into the operational weeds with it, but if we're talking about method of delivery, is it just exclusively mail, or are they reaching out to people that may not have the mobility to access the post office? Maybe they don't have a PO box. I'm just wanting to ensure that as many people as possible could be included in this, because those who are the least able to go out to the post box may be the most in need of such a service, right?
I don't know how you get around that.
Unless you're gonna hire staff to go do it.
Yeah, it would be like, we would have to pay.
I will refine it. My question, what is the current method or proposed method of delivery of the survey?
Putting it in the mailboxes is my understanding.
We would do mailbox, we can do an online version, we can do it in the newsletter. We could, I don't know, put something on our website, Facebook, but if people aren't getting to the mailbox, they're not getting the internet either.
Yeah.
I mean, you need to rely on neighbors or family or friends or, you know, relative council members in town that might know of people that need these services. They could drop off the survey or, you know, we just don't have the staff or the manpower or the hours to be going door to door delivering a survey.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just not within our.
I could also currently reach out to former Mayor Bill Plowright. He was really interested in this program in the fall and was actually doing a lot to kind of get it started. So I could also reach out to him because he knew specific people who were really hoping that the program would start, and maybe I could drop off a couple with him, and then he could make sure that those specific people that were really needing this program would definitely be getting access to the survey.
So 2 pieces in regards to dispersal. I would suggest that we go through our existing community organizations, senior center, this kind of stuff, existing organizations in town. Then also I would suggest that it be dispersed in such a manner that it is accessible, audio or large font text. I know that's getting extremely specific here, but just, I've known those who have their faculties that are not at the ones, anyway.
Yeah.
I think I made my intention clear.
Yeah, okay. Got that, Ms. Stokes? Okay. Okay. All right, so all those in favor of staff, hang on, there's so many motions here.
You're on the motion of, and that council, if in favor, motions for staff to start working with the Dawson Creek Society.
Survey. Okay, yes. All those in favor of staff working with the Dawson Creek Society for Community Living to put out the survey to the public. Thank you. Unanimous and carried. And the council puts a motion forward to proceed with the trial run of the seniors aid. Okay, so discussion on that. We good? Seniors aging in place, period 12 weeks starting in September 2023. Okay, all those in favor? Unanimous and carried. I need like a ruler to Okay, thank you. 8.4 recommendation.
That counts? Oh.
No.
Now we're just, I'll take it. That council decides if they would like to proceed with the spring cleanup and putting the requests out to local groups for volunteers.
Can I get a seconder? Councillor Johnston, thank you. I'd just like to add, as somebody who's worked in this program, I did this for 5 years while I was at the school. I must say that this program was a huge support for the Poughkeepsie Elementary School when I worked there for that 5-year period. The money the school received from this program went towards field trips for our local students to help cover their busing costs and their fees. And I would also like to ask, with that, and with the NDIT that was here, do you think there would be any grants towards community cleanup, or do you know of any grants towards community? Is that like a thing? I thought the province was trying to get rid of like garbage along the highway. No?
Okay, good.
I'd like to put a motion on the floor that staff look in to see if there's any grants that we could look into to provide funding for the
For
schools.
street cleanup and stuff.
Well, it's along the highway. They clean up the whole highway.
Ditches in the highway.
They're not doing the highway just for the community?
This is for the community.
Oh, okay. This is the other one then. Either way, it's still paid for busing, for field trips. It's phenomenal. Can I get a seconder on my motion for staff to look into grants? Councillor Johnston, thank you. Discussion? All those in favor? Perfect.
So,
Excuse me, yes.
we didn't
Ms.
decide
Stokes.
if we're to proceed.
Yeah, thank you.
That was it.
I was getting there. Okay, so discussion on 8.4. Anybody have anything else they'd like to add? Councillor Rabble?
I think it's a fantastic program. I wish them all the best. Is there an extra bonus reward for the group that finishes first?
Yeah, that costs more money.
That's a joke, yeah.
Okay. Any other discussion? None? All those in favor?
Proceed.
Unanimous and carried, thank you. Okay, 8.5 recommendation.
Council receives a request from Iron Wolf for consideration. This request is for serving alcohol at their halls.
Yes. Hang on.
It's on page 47.
Oh,
Thank you.
there we go.
Can I get a seconder on that? Councillor Rabble, thank you. Sorry, my Adobe Reader is being a pain on my laptop. So when is this for? Oh, July 29th to the 30th. So I was just double checking for the ladies tournament. Okay, any other discussion? Councillor Rabble?
So the burden of liability and confirming that all the servers have the appropriate certifications and that the place is appropriately permitted, it falls to the Iron Wolf organization?
Well, it sounds like it's a local restaurant that's going to offer to come out and serve food and the alcoholic beverages. So the servers, the licensing and all that will be under the restaurant. That's how it normally works. For years, we used to have Mr. Mike's. They would go out and do a big barbecue, right? They would provide their own servers, their own alcohol staff, and it would all be run under them. Because they are the ones bringing in the alcohol, selling the alcohol, and distributing it. Councillor Rabble?
Are there any permitting implications on the municipality side for alcohol and food service out in this, I'm assuming it's
The baseball diamonds.
baseball diamonds?
Not that I'm aware of. You aware of any Ms. Stokes?
No.
No?
It's our fault.
Council to grant information or not.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
You decide.
Yeah. Any
Just
other?
checking.
No worries. Any other discussion? No? All right, so all those in favor of allowing alcohol and food service to be served at the slow pitch tournament on July 29th to the 30th for Iron Wolf? Unanimous and carried. Thank you very much. Okay. 9.2 recommendation. No. Oh, I went right past 9.1. Sorry about that. 9.1 recommendation.
That council receives the report from the animal control / bylaw officer as information.
Can I get a seconder? Councillor Johnston, he's just seconding everything tonight, guys. What? Hanging over here. Alrighty, discussion. None? Okay. All those in favor? Oh yeah, it's just correspondence. Yeah.
Just we're just saying we look
I'm
at.
getting worse at these, not better, you know that? Like
jeez.
I'm literally losing what little information and education I'm gaining. Okay. Alright. 9.2 recommendation.
Council receives a letter from Moth to NCLGA as information.
Ministry of Transportation and
Time
Highways.
to release the acronym. I had something I wanted to add to that. So, oh yeah, I just think it looks great. I'm really, really happy that the Taylor Bridge is finally receiving some much needed attention. I don't know if you guys have ever seen newcomers when they drive on that, but it's scary.
Right,
Flag on that bridge.
Or on a motorcycle, yeah,
Yeah.
it's scary.
Oh.
Yes, so it looks like
But
significant initial planning and design work on a long-term solution for the future of Taylor Bridge and the Peace. So I was kind of happy to see, I was pretty happy to see that actually, so. Alrighty. 10 resolutions, none. 11 bylaws. 11.1 recommendation.
recommend that council gives the first reading to the Village of Pooskoopi Waste Management Bylaw number 1044, 2023.
Can I get a seconder? Councillor Wall, thank you. Okay. Discussion? Councillor Wall?
I just note that on page 65 or 12 of the bylaw, it says that people won't be allowed to discard flammable materials or hazardous materials.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to make sure there's no issues there because most garbage is hazardous to something, that's why people are chucking it. Or
No, yeah, that's, that's very, very, very common. Waste management and many like garbage main disposal places won't take like hazardous material or anything that's flammable, or like you're not even supposed to put like buckets of paint in your garbage.
Technically, black garbage bags have the little symbol for flammable, or paper, or anything like that. I just wanna make sure that that's not gonna be an issue.
No, it's more like old cans of paint.
Cans.
Hairspray, those things
Oh,
are
Combustible. Like,
Yes,
I lived on
yeah.
the island for a while, and they'll actually rip your bags open and check.
Oh, yeah,
Wow.
yeah, it's
Oh,
like,
God, yeah.
big
There's
safety
security everywhere.
Well, I'm just thinking like the certain types of plastics, you know, that have the certain number 3 or number 4 plastics are considered. It's like
Yeah.
old Tupperware, if you chuck it, it's.
All right, any other discussion? Councillor Raffle?
Well, I guess we're just talking about the 2023 fee in the Schedule A essentially, but it is that the bylaw will increase as it mentions, so this is essentially until 2027. However, as I mentioned last time, if we were to proceed with a garbage truck.
Yeah, and because we're not 100% sure,
Yeah.
right? Like that's an idea, but nothing is ever written in stone. We never know what's gonna happen 1 year to the next, and these budgets these things always have to be presented in a 5-year period. So as it stands right now, this is what we are doing, and so it's gotta be presented in that 5-year timeline. Councillor Rattle?
So the purpose of this bylaw is to recover the cost of our solid waste collection contract.
Yeah, this is to recover some of our costs. This actually won't cover all of them, if I'm correct. Oh, we don't have Mrs.
We do not have.
We do not have Mrs. McNair.
I believe this is to recover the cost of the current fees,
In the whole cost.
to the best of my knowledge.
Okay,
I believe that's what was said last time.
okay. I wasn't sure if it was able to cover the whole cost or if this was only able to cover a certain percentage. So I'm glad to hear it does cover the whole thing. Yeah, okay, wonderful. Councillor Wall.
I also want to thank Ms. Stokes for adding the bi-monthly charge on there.
Councillor Rabble?
Is this to be in conjunction with the existing solid waste bylaw from 2015 and 2014, or is it to, oh no, it repeals and replaces, so this is to actually replace completely,
Yes.
to refresh. Okay, just clarifying.
All right. I would like to note, I was like looking into, okay, in all honesty, my husband was not very happy about like the incoming garbage cost thing, and he was looking at costs in other communities, and you know, one of the reasons why our costs are spread out the way they are is because we have less residents. Just so council's aware, that's less residents to share the overall bill, the recovery over, was the information I gathered, so. Yeah, any other discussion? None? All those in favor? Unanimous and carried, thank you very much. Okay, 11.2 recommendation.
The council gives a second reading to the Village of Pooskoopi Waste Management Bylaw number 1044, 2023.
Can I get a seconder? Councillor Johnston,
Johnston.
thank you. I know, I'm telling you, I'm having a moment. Discussion? All those in favor, I do it every time. All those in favor? Unanimous and carried. Okay, 11.3 recommendation.
The council gives the third reading to the Village of Pooskoopi Waste Management Bylaw 1044, 2023.
Can I get a seconder? Councillor Wall, thank you. Discussion? All those in favor? Unanimous and carried. Alrighty. Okay, recommendation 11.4.
The council gives the first reading to the Community Growth Reserve Fund Bylaw number 1045, 2023.
Can I get a seconder? Councillor Rabble, thank you. Discussion? Councillor Rabble?
So this regards the, about approximately $813,000 that was received from the province from their BC Growing Communities Fund.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is it. Okay. Any other discussion? All those in favor? Unanimous and carried, thank you. 11.5 recommendation.
Recommend that council give second reading to the Community Growth Reserve Fund Bylaw number 1045, 2023.
Can I get a seconder? Counselor Wall, thank you. Discussion?
No.
All those in favor? Unanimous and carried. 11.6 recommendation.
The council gives a third reading to the Community Growth Reserve Fund bylaw number 1045, 2023.
Can I get a seconder? Counselor Rabble, thank you. Discussion? All those in favor? Okay, we're almost there. 11.7 recommendation.
The council gives first reading to the financial plan 2023 to 2027 bylaw number 1046, 2023.
Can I get a seconder? Counselor Johnston, thank you. Discussion? Counselor Rabble?
And these regard the numbers as previously presented with the increase of 15% to all municipal property tax numbers?
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yep, as far as I'm aware, this is what we all.
This is what we
But your
agreed to.
tax rates won't come out till later.
Yeah. Tax rates will come out.
This is just the first part of the budget. There'll be a tax rate bylaw coming forward.
Yeah. Counselor Rabble?
And that this presented budget is fully funded and balanced?
Yes.
I was like, it's so sad that Miss McNair isn't here. She can't jump up and be like, yes! Because I think that she would just love to after 3 months of staring at these numbers. So we'll just do it in spirit of Miss McNair.
She'll breathe once all.
Yes, she will breathe once it's all done. Any other discussion? Counselor Rabble?
I'm appreciative of, on page 71 of our agenda, that the objective of the distribution of property tax rates is to be comparable with neighboring municipalities, and that we're not just jacking it up alone and not being competitive in our region and area. I am appreciative of that, so I do thank staff for that.
Any other discussion? Counselor Wall?
On that same point, I think overarching even that objective noted in the bylaw is more of a self-sustainable factor. We're not raising taxes because our neighboring municipalities have higher taxes. We're raising
No.
taxes because we have to raise taxes to keep our level of service where we're at.
Yes.
Just wanted to clarify that for anyone who's watching.
It was either that or we make cuts to services, right? So that was, yeah. Any other discussion? All those in favor? Unanimous and carried, thank you very much. 8.1 recommendation,
11.8.
11.8. What is wrong with me
The
today?
council gives the second reading to the financial plan 2023 to 2027 by bylaw number 1046, 2023.
Can I get a seconder? Counselor Wall, thank you. Discussion? All those in favor? Unanimous and carried. 11.9 recommendation.
The council gives the third reading to the financial plan 2023 to 2027 bylaw number 1046, 2023.
Can I get a seconder?
Oh, you almost did what I almost did.
Can I get a seconder, anybody? No? No? I don't know. I'll second it, yeah. I'll second that one. Okay, discussion? All those in favor? Unanimous and carried. I'm not used to seconding things anymore. All right, administration report, 12.1 CAO report.
Did we do a third reading?
That was
That was the third reading.
Okay.
You had that concerned eyebrows, and I was like, oh no, I forgot one. I'm telling you, I'm getting worse at this, not better. How's that even happening? Hey there. It's the CAO's floor. The light is upon you.
My report's right there.
I knew you were going to say that.
It was a very short week. And as you can see, I met with the city of Dawson to talk about the water contract. Met with Urban Systems and started planning workshops and dates for strategic planning. I met with the mayor, I approved dates and payroll, and then, as you all know, there's a reminder for your meeting tonight. And no, I don't have anything else to add because it's been a very, not to jinx anything, but it's been a very nice, quiet week.
With your meeting with the city of Dawson Creek about the water contract, did you find anything out about that? Nope. Nothing that you can discuss, I take it? Yep, that's what we did. All right.
Not right now.
All righty, sounds good. All right, that's everything, Ms. Jones?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Alright, 12.2, action items, our little tiny list.
No, not that.
No.
But now we've added a few.
Well, this is how it works.
Grants, lots
Yeah.
of grants are being added. Research.
As it gets smaller, we just made it bigger on the top. I do that with her weekly list.
Well, I'm proud to say that the stuff from 2022, hopefully, by next meeting, will be
meeting.
able to be gone.
Mm.
Wonderful. Does anybody have any questions or comments or action items? None. Perfect. All right, 12.3, council calendar. Again, every time I look, these guys are getting more. Councilor Wall.
I will be able to, I made a little bit of a mistake.
Oh, okay.
And I want to apologize to Ms. Stokes. So, I had to switch a shift at work to go to the NCLGA, which I am able to attend. I've cleared that up. However, I switched it to April 23rd. And that was,
That's a Saturday.
or May 23rd, April 23rd, May 23rd.
Oh,
And that was.
we are gonna do our
proposed
OCP, COP, OCP.
Yeah, and I already sent off a list saying, these are the days I'm available. So,
So are you so you're not available the 18th or the 23rd?
Okay, we're gonna have to push it to June. We're out of dates.
There are the dates.
May is insane, and, we're gonna have to move the whole thing to June.
Okay.
We don't have a choice.
I apologize.
No, no problem. I'll work with, Urban to, come up with some dates in June. If you could send me your availability for June.
June's way better than May.
Okay.
Send your that sounds
Days in
weird,
June,
but
I
anyway,
will.
your days you're available for meetings, please.
I-
Clarify that.
I switched, well, what happened was I had to switch a shift with somebody for the
Yeah, that's
NCLGA.
fine.
And that was the day they were like, oh, I can do that. And
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Oh,
we'll
May
just-
is nuts.
We'll just push it a couple weeks.
Don't go to
that's
the
all.
end of June, no, I'm gonna drive.
Can you go in your suitcase? Or in the box? Okay, yeah, no problem. I'll work on that.
Okay. All right, anybody else have anything to add? No? Okay. Alrighty, moving on to reports. So, 13.1, Councillor Johnston.
All I got to report is my computer's fixed, so I'm back in business, but I have nothing else.
Yeah, you finished those courses on your new fixed computer?
No, I just got it back yesterday. I will finish it before.
I need
our
a
next-
big long stick.
I will get it done. I got halfway through it and it crashed, so.
I know. I believe you.
I even got some pictures of it.
Okay, all right, and, oh, you should add, you did go to the school district meeting.
I did, yes.
That was this
Just
evening.
today, yeah.
Do not forget, okay, Councillor Rattle.
It's been a short week since our last meeting, so I would say the main piece would be we've attended a meeting with the board of School District 59, met their trustees, met their superintendent, met their chair, their vice chair, introduced ourselves as Pouce Coupe councillors and mayor, and had some fruitful discussions on, and with our CEO, fruitful discussions on the community center, the agreement, and that the agreement will be, negotiated coming before it expires in August this year, in regards to the school district owning the facility of the school, and that Pouce Coupe has their community center there, and our municipal library, which is also the school library during the day. And then also discussing the metrics they have around student performance, and that we're very glad to hear that performance is quite good.
Yeah, that was awful.
Yeah, that the PAC, the Parent Action Committee, is doing their thing, and that they are, advising the school from a parent's perspective, and that there's a variety of other topics discussed, but mainly around the municipality and education in the municipality, and how people move into the other schools. That's it.
Okay. Awesome. Councillor Wall.
Hi. So, I've had conversations with the Food Action Hub, or a representative of theirs, regarding regarding a possible farmer's market here in Pouce Coupe in the summertime, so I think we should be, and I believe they've come in contact with us and will be coming as a delegation at some point this summer, if I'm correct, Ms. Stokes? Not yet. Soon they will. Or so I'm told. So I'm looking very forward to that. I attended the Northeast Regional Advisory Council meeting regarding UNBC and Northern Lights College at the Fort St. John campus yesterday, which is a very fruitful meeting. There are bachelor level programs coming for Bachelor of Education and practical nursing coming into our region. And they're looking at ways of retaining nursing staff and education staff up here in the north, and they're actually doing research into possible hydrogen energy sources, which is really, really good. A lot of people there. There was over 30, like I looked around the room, there was probably a good 30 people in that room. Stakeholders from other municipalities such as Taylor, Fort St. John, and reserves around. And very, very productive conversation there. I was unable to attend today the School District 59 meeting, but I'm glad the rest of council attended that. And I had a conversation with the Chamber of Commerce briefly regarding Canada Day on Sunday, just getting ideas. So
Okay.
that was that.
Okay.
I've been busy for a week.
Councillor Raoul, you had something you would want to add?
So I just want to always be forthright about disclosures and involvements. I have begun volunteering for the Chamber of Commerce, the Dawson Creek and District Chamber of Commerce.
Oh, okay.
I don't believe there could be a conflict or perceived conflict. However, I would just like to make it known that I am volunteering with the Chamber of Commerce in Dawson Creek.
Perfect. Wonderful. Alrighty. On to me. Yeah, it's been kind of short since our last meeting, I'm gonna be honest. Since then, I met with Adam from Ovinitiv. He kindly met with me and we talked a little bit about different grants and funding opportunities within the community. I talked to him about some cool things that are hopefully going to be going on in the future. We talked about Canada Day, and talked to him about some grants that are going to the Pouce Coupe Legion to help repair their roof, and that they're going to be working with him as well. So we talked a little bit about that. I then, where are we here? I met with Ms. Stokes, had a wonderful meeting, just sort of caught up on her list is getting smaller, so I was absolutely faint about that and had to add to it 110%. And so we touched a little bit on about what different things are going on in the community, things that are coming up with summer coming, a little bit on the Canada Day stuff. Talked to her about that. On Monday night, I met with the fire department. I went in and checked in. They have 3 brand new members, which I was really excited about. So these guys have been on for about the past 6 weeks. And they're super happy. Everybody seemed good. No, like literally I said, like, has anybody have any concerns? And it was crickets. So yeah, it was super great. I love it when they have nothing to say. So it was nice. I got to meet some of the new volunteers and I got to have a nice cup of coffee with the chief, just double check in with him, make sure everything's going good. So they all seem really, really happy. And then this evening I attended the School District 59 meeting. Yes, where we had touched on the community center, the school, different things that the community has supported in the school, such as their planter boxes that we helped build in the back of the building. And there was another project there, and I totally forget what it was. And then I sort of talked to them about some other things that I had connected with the school on with prospect projects that I'll hopefully be bringing forward to, what?
Billboard.
Yes, well that is a prospect project that I am hoping to bring forward, which I'm hoping to have something for council to sort of see, for us to work collectively with the school and just, it's really focused on keeping the students being proud of their community, so that's really a big push behind that. So yeah, that's me, that's what I've been up to. It doesn't seem like as much, but it's been a short week, so. Alrighty, so, question period, we had one gentleman, but he's left. I feel like we bored this poor man to a death. 15 in camera, none. 16 rise and report, none. 17.
Just
No.
We don't have
There's no
It's
in
just a
camera.
title.
Just a title. It's a fancy one.
It needs letters beside it.
Yeah.
To be, I just forgot to take it out of there, sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Same.
Brian's report, none, and adjournment.
I'll make that motion.
Motion to adjourn from Councillor Johnston. Can I get a seconder?
Oh.
Need one.
Who that?